Superintendent and President of Lake Tahoe Community College, Jeff DeFranco.
Thank you. Thanks everyone for sticking with it. There's been quite a wind in our face here today, would you say? And I think it's fitting. You know, it's a bit of a metaphor for what we have to deal with in this movement, right? We're working against the headwind. The headwind is strong and it's systematic, but I believe we will persist. Do you agree? All right. So thank you again for inviting me here today. Again, my name is Jeff DeFranco. I serve as president at Lake Tahoe Community College. And I was asked just to share a little bit from what the college is up to in regards to this movement and the steps that we're taking to ensure race and equity, not only for our students, but also in our community. So I want to share that with you. But I want to start with a reflection. So I've been an educator for pretty much my entire adult life, majority of my career. And I've always believed in the value that public education is a great equalizer. So hear that again. Public education is a great equalizer, right? But what I think we all know is for some of our students of color, for some of our low-income communities, for those communities that are traditionally underserved, it's not always the case, right? There are barriers, there's racist policies, racist structures that hold back that American dream for all of us. And we recognize that at LTCC, that although we have made, I think, great strides to support many students, many of them first generation, many students from underserved populations to go on and complete degrees and get in the workforce and transfer to four-year universities, we still have work to do as an institution, and we absolutely still have work to do as a community. So not only is LTCC committed to taking a stand, we're committed to being a venue for these discussions and this important conversation for our community, but most specifically, we're committed to taking action, right? Because actions speak louder than words, and we are committed to taking action. So I want to share with you a couple things, I think about 4 that we're up to that I thought this group would be interested in knowing more about, and I want to make sure the community knows about and invite you to join us in some of them. The first one is really about having greater awareness, right? We need to have greater awareness on our campus, amongst our staff and our leaders and our faculty on what we can do to improve the opportunities and make a more just college and community. And to that end, this year we have about 115 people on campus right now. We're all reading this book together, How to Be an Anti-Racist. Because we know now it's not simply enough to say I'm not racist. We must be anti-racist and take actionable steps to make a difference. And I actually brought a couple of these copies here with me today. So if you're interested in kind of joining our book club, I only have a few of them. I'd encourage everyone to join the book club. But if you need a book, come on over to the table and I'll put one in your hands before you leave. So that's the first thing we're doing. We're also partnering with this USC Alliance on Race and Equity, which is a statewide effort by experts in this field. And it's really to get us more to the action mode, right? Looking specifically at practices and policies that we can change on our campus that will be more equitable for our students, and also training for all of our staff. Because, myself included, many, if not all of us, are well-intended, but we're imperfect, right? We have work to do. We have lessons to be learned because many of us we grew up in our educational system in these communities, and we haven't always been trained the right way. So we are focusing on continuous improvement and getting better. Thank you. All right. The third thing that I want to share with you is we've made a commitment to no longer just be bystanders to acts of racism in our community, to microaggressions, or just to viewpoints that are not just and fair and equitable to our neighbors and our partners, but to be active bystanders. And by that meaning jumping in and getting in the conversation anytime we witness a racist act, a microaggression, or something that is not fair or just to any member of our community. And finally, you heard a lot about this today, but I think you heard a lot about it because it is so timely, is we are committed to get out the vote efforts. Our student senate, our student council, I'm very proud of them. Some of you probably saw this flyer. They're doing this virtual forum for city council. Some of these are getting out. If you want to get one, you grab one on the way out. But they're stepping up and saying, hey, we want to hear from the candidates on issues that matter to us as this next generation. And so I'm proud of them for stepping up. But also want to let you know that the college is leading an effort to get greater voter registration amongst our students, because we know if we're going to make any change in this democracy, it only works when all of us vote. And I'll just leave you with this kind of final thought and final call to action, which is in 2016, 60% of the population got us to this moment. 60% of the voting population voted, right? I would say that's not simply enough, and that we can and must do better. Thank you.